Barbara?
Where's our baby?
Hi, Dr. Benyoki, how are you? You enjoying the retired life?
Enjoy life while you're healthy. It's
Power
right by
Oh,
Okay, we're gonna call the meeting to order.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I was waiting for what's his name. He said he's gonna get started. Did he start?
Yeah. Chris, are you ready?
Are you ready, Chris?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Members present. Barrios.
Present.
Castaneda.
Here.
Edmiston.
Yes.
Garcia.
Here.
And Dew is here. All right. Community comments, is this it?
Yes.
We need to read that. Read that for me.
Oh.
I don't have it on here.
I'll read it.
Go ahead.
This is an opportunity for the community to address the board on any closed session item. Please submit your comments to the board president by completing a request to address the board card prior to the meeting and turning it in to the assistant to the superintendent. The president will recognize those who desire to speak prior to the closed session. Each speaker is allocated a maximum of 3 minutes. The president may choose to limit each topic to 10, no more than 20 minutes if substantial numbers of people wish to address the board on one topic. Testimony should be brief and to the point. Speakers should not repeat testimony already presented. If the topic would be more suitably addressed at a later time, the president may indicate the time and place when it should be presented. Board action may not legally be taken on any item not specifically listed on the agenda. The board may ask that such items be placed on the next agenda for consideration. Testimony is not protected from damage claims for slander. Public charges or allegations may result in legal action being brought by those individuals. The board values constructive community comments and suggestions. It welcomes your participation in the democratic process.
Okay, Anita Tucker.
Good afternoon. I'm here to talk on item number 9.1, action item, certificated staff report, personnel report. I'm asking that the board pull one of the items, there 9.1 on activity director for Lakeview Leadership Academy. We asked last week that the board and the district honor the contract that both Victorville Union High School District and VVTA work together. It's not VVTA's contract, it's not the district's, it's joint, and it's very sacred to us that our district follow that. If you approve that item, then the board will be also flagrantly violating our contract by having a non-tenured teacher in a position. We have spoken at length to the principal of the school, to the district, and now I'm talking to you guys on that. This has been a difficult year. Our baby teachers are drowning. They're subbing sometimes 4 and 5 days a week, and they're struggling, not to mention all the other things that they have. And our veteran teachers are struggling as well. Why would we do this to a baby teacher? Thank you very much.
Okay. Can I get a motion for closed session?
So move.
second.
Okay. Barrios?
Aye.
Castaneda?
Aye.
Garcia?
Aye.
Edmondson?
Yes.
And Dew votes yes. All right, we're in closed session. Hey, what's our student's name?
My name is Penny.
That's
And
a
I
sailor.
teach fourth grade at Victorville.
Michael. How you doing, Michael? Michael.
Well, that's a pleasant surprise.
Michael.
Okay. Michael Huerta, student board representative.
Does it say his last name? E-E? Oh, E-R? T-H? Oh, T-A. Oh, Herta. Herta.
There you go.
Okay.
Gotta roll the up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caleb, we only have 4.
Yeah, they really have.
Say, hey, we reached agreement, and we can sign off as far as we take, hey, we reached agreement.
Well,
And then we can
all
all
be
the
patriotism at the part of the meeting, hopefully.
Does that sound good?
All right.
Are we starting
We're
it?
gonna.
Are we live?
There are many
Yeah.
people in the
Oh,
community
I don't
that
know.
about
Are we live?
vaccination mandates.
Richard, are we live?
And they've been going to several
Richard.
board meetings.
He's gotta get him on.
Test.
They're coming
Okay.
today. So just to, let you know that
Yeah,
you're
I'm
gonna
just
hear
wondering
their
if
side.
you're live.
And, keep an open mind, but they're impassioned. I can share with you my fourth graders. They love coming to school and they don't care if they have to wear a mask.
Oh, we are.
So
Okay.
glad to be back in school.
All right.
If you feel comfortable sharing that, but if you don't, but when it's your turn to give a
So
comment,
is everybody ready?
it's nice
Yeah.
to hear
Okay,
what the kids
we're
think.
live. Members present. Let's see, Barrios,
Here.
Castaneda,
Here.
Edmiston,
Yes.
Garcia,
Present.
and Dew is here. So everybody is here. Michael, would you like to lead us in the pledge?
All right, Michael.
Yeah, he will. He's after this. Ready?
I pledge
Allegiance to the All right. So are we going to swear him in?
Oh, hey, that's good. They
Quiet,
put his name.
guys.
Great.
Here we go. Okay, I
Michael Huerta,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the Constitution
to the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of California,
of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservations
without any minimal reservations
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will
and that I will
well and faithfully
well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I'm about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Michael. And then, Michael, what school are you from?
I'm from Adelanto High School.
Adelanto. Oh, wow. We just keep getting them from all the different schools. That's really great.
I worked at all of them.
All right, and can I get the approval of the agenda?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All right, discussion? I think we're
Pulling.
approving it with one
Item
of the
40.
amendment changes.
Well, we're gonna pull 40A-91 from the personnel, certificated personnel report.
Okay, cool.
It's gonna be 40A 9.1, if we can, 40A.
48. Only the one name.
Only the one name.
9.1.
American,
It's
you wanna, yeah.
48,
9.1,
I have it here, Jackie, if you need it.
You got it, Jackie?
Romero's gonna tell you.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, give me just a second. It's the second name,
Okay.
48.
Okay, and we also needed to make a correction to the classified personnel.
Was that the one that Dr. Yi was talking about? Was
It's
that?
just a date change on,
On the
item 23B. Her last day will be October 7th instead of October
Oh.
15th.
Okay,
And I had a question.
October 15th? All right.
Go ahead.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
had a question. Several of these things were for compensation to work on the IEPs, goals and agendas and paperwork related to the SPED. And for some reason, I thought we were doing per diem for that as
No,
an
it's-
accommodation to help them.
No, the agreement was at 60%, and it was 24 hours contractually per year.
But the 24 hours, once they've exceeded that, then what? Because is this above the 24 hours, or is it
No.
60% for the 24 hours? And then once the 24 hours, because I think there are some sites, they've already exhausted the 24 hours for the year.
Yeah, so what was agreed upon contractually was the 24 hours at 60% per diem per year. That's all that's contractually now required. There are other things that can be done. We do pay people additional hours for other things like professional development. So at this time, it's the 24 hours contractual.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other changes to the agenda? All right, vote, Michael, vote aye.
Not on percent. He doesn't vote. Nope, just kidding.
No, be quiet, guys. Anyway, Burrows,
Aye. And you can vote aye or no, Michael, okay.
either way. Who's my other person? Castaneda
Aye.
and Edmiston
Yes.
and Garcia.
Aye.
And then I vote aye with those changes. 4.1, school plan for student achievement. Goodwill Center. Take on it.
Good evening, Board, Dr. Williams, and Cabinet. Thank you for allowing me to present tonight on the CSEA for Goodwill High School. Our mission at Goodwill is to provide a quality education that allows students to recover credits and reposition themselves in order to graduate on time. Goodwill is composed of Goodwill High School and Goodwill Independent Study. Both schools provide an alternative educational opportunity for students whose needs cannot be satisfied or have difficulties adjusting to a comprehensive high school setting. Goodwill focuses on a personalized education that is sensitive to individual student needs. Students are given classes according to what they need to meet the graduation requirements. As the students complete their courses, they're moved on to their next class. Goodwill High School is WASC accredited through the 21-22 school year. We are scheduled for a new accreditation in April of 2022. The purpose of the plan is to ensure students have an opportunity to receive a fair, equitable, and high-quality education and to close the educational achievement gap. We recognize that these achievement gaps are most prevalent among students with disabilities, low-income students, minority students, and English learners. We have implemented supports for students and provided socio-emotional professional development for teachers to provide meaningful supports that will ensure academic success. Looking at our needs assessment, it was determined that we needed a more streamlined curriculum conducive to credit recovery. We have taken the district's pacing guide and structured them into individual credit units. Another challenge facing alternative education is parent engagement. Once again, we have started Coffee with the Principal the first Friday of the month. Hopefully, parents will engage and provide suggestions on how we can better serve their students. We evaluated our progress by using PBIS Climate Survey, the California School Dashboard, and ELA math testing scores. We are working on 3 goals here at Goodwill. The first is to increase the percentage of students meeting or exceeding California state standards school-wide in ELA and math, and increasing the number of students graduated. We have reduced the graduation requirements for Goodwill High School from 220 credits to 170 credits, which is more in line with the requirements of a typical continuation high school. The second goal is to increase the number of students scoring level 3 or higher in ELA and math. We're adding programs such as Read 180 and Math 180 to provide interventions and supports. And the third goal is to keep our suspension rate at or below 2.6%. Teachers are provided socio-emotional training to help students deal with their peer issues and their mental and emotional health. Some strategies for Goal 1 are to continue to use district-approved pacing guides, to create units of study, and to purchase classroom support materials to improve instruction in all content areas. Some of the strategies for Goal 2 is to continue to provide after-school intervention tutoring programs such as FEV tutors and to visit existing model continuation alternative education schools for strategies to increase academic achievement. Some strategies for Goal 3. Use of an intervention counselor to provide targeted intervention for at-risk students and provide training for staff that covers behavior, classroom management. Our total budget for the 21-22 school year is $117,443. Of that amount, Title I funds are $67,443 and CSI funds are $50,000. Thank you, and if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them for you.
Okay. All right. Any questions, guys?
Is Kevin
Any
here?
question?
Is Kevin here?
Yeah, he's over in his office.
Well, it's very well done, so please extend. Thank you, Tim.
4.2. Hook Junior High.
Good evening, governing board members, Superintendent Dr. Ron Williams, Executive Cabinet, student trustee, and distinguished guest. My name is Carlos Serna, and it is my honor to serve as principal of Hook Junior High School and the stakeholders of the Victor Valley Union High School District. I'm here to share with you a brief outline of the 2021-2022 School Plan for Student Achievement, also known as our CSEA. Before I share the CSEA, I would like to briefly review our CSI status, which is based on the California School Dashboard. For the purposes of this evening's presentation, the dashboard data will not be fully presented. However, the PowerPoint that has been provided to the board has our complete dashboard data for your reference. As you know, due to the impact of COVID-19 pandemic and distance learning, we will continue to use this data to inform our strategic decisions on actions and services to support our students, our staff, and our school community. According to the dashboard indicators, Hook Junior High School was identified as a comprehensive school improvement in winter of 2019. The status was identified due to the fact that more than one identified student group was in the red category for 2 or more consecutive years in English and in math. Hook Junior High will continue to use our School Plan for Student Achievement as our comprehensive school improvement plan to address areas of growth through evidence-based interventions. In reviewing the previous performance data, our school demographics and context are important to note. Specifically, with the exception of the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, enrollment has steadily increased, which is consistent with increasing enrollment trends for the previous years. Total enrollment during last year's 2021 pandemic dropped, yet this year we increased. As you can see here, the socioeconomic disadvantage went from 89.5% to 92% over a 3-year average. Students with disability from 19% to 18%. English learners from 20.4% to 21.8%. Foster youth from 3.3% to 3.2% over a 3-year average. Homeless is 3.2% to 1.5%, also with a 3-year average. What is not listed here is our transient population rate, which on average for the last 3 to 4 years has been approximately 22%. This is a significant data point because it presents challenges in terms of building student academic preparation. Nevertheless, I continue to be very proud of the work of our certificated and classified staff, as I observed for the last several years that they continue to go above and beyond building support for our students, our families, and each other. Now I want to share a brief outline of our school plan for student achievement. Hook Junior High believes in its mission statement of preparing all students for high school and beyond, as well as our student academic behavior expectations of Get Hooked. Our efforts to meet ESSEC guidelines continue to guide our work with stakeholders to design a plan that meets our students' needs equitably. We engaged all stakeholders in an evaluative process to ensure our actions and services align with school needs and priorities revealed by our data and surveys. Our plan was impacted by the COVID pandemic and distance learning. Therefore, many actions and services have remained the same. Our CSEA is required to use a variety of data, and we use quantitative as well as qualitative data points. We review data ranging from the dashboard data to our comprehensive needs assessment. Hook Junior High has 3 goals with actions and services tied to them. Goal 1 focuses on academic achievement in English and in math, and Goal 2 focuses on academic engagement and attendance. Goal 3 has a primary focus on conditions of climate to address student behaviors and reduce suspension rates. Goal 1 has 10 specific strategies grouped by focus areas. One highlighted strategy we continue to focus on is implementing the professional learning communities process with fidelity school-wide. Goal 2 has 18 strategies grouped by focus areas. One highlighted strategy that will support all students are AVID strategies school-wide, our advisory program, and our CTE classes. Goal 3 has 13 strategies grouped by focus areas. Our highlighted strategies include but not limited to our MTSS supports and our Family Engagement Center. Hook Junior High has 2 funding sources that are outlined in the CSEA and budgeted throughout all 3 goals supporting our actions and services. The total budget for Hook Junior High School is $522,280. As always, on behalf of our Hook Junior High School students and staff, we want to thank you for your continued support of Wrangler Nation. Thank you and have a great evening.
Okay. 4.3 Silverado High.
Good evening, Board of Trustees, Dr. Williams and Cabinet, student board member, and viewing audience. My name is Heather Conkle, and I am the very proud principal of Silverado High School. I join you tonight to present this year's school plan for student achievement for Silverado High School. Tonight, I will summarize our school's mission and learning outcomes, the purpose of our plan, the ways in which we evaluated our plan involving all stakeholders, the data we use to evaluate progress, our goals and strategies, as well as our total categorical budget. The mission statement and school-wide learner outcomes you see noted here are currently under revision in anticipation of this spring's WASC full self-study visit. The entire Silverado staff is engaging in activities to review, revise, and ratify our mission and SLOs. The purpose of our plan is to ensure and achieve educational equity for all Silverado students. Please note that in all future slides, it can be assumed that our school plan for student achievement for the 21-22 school year aligns with all existing state and federal funding plans that seem to be ever-changing due to COVID. For example, last year's LCON, the existing LCAP, the ESSER plan, etc. We use many survey methods and anecdotal evidence to establish our comprehensive needs assessment. Last spring's modified panorama survey indicated a decrease in students' feelings of engagement and connectivity to school. This is understandable due to the COVID closures that kept kids home for greater part of a year. We worked hard to remedy this during the closure through a variety of creative activities, and we will continue to do so through the reopening for the 21-22 school year. We use a laundry list of data metrics to evaluate our progress. This slide shows an almost comprehensive list of those data points analyzed annually for a variety of different purposes. Silverado's school plan has 5 total goals. Goal 1 is to increase student achievement in math and English language arts. Goal 2 is to provide targeted intervention and support for underperforming students. Goal 3 is to continue to create and promote a college-going culture. Goal 4 is to increase student engagement to improve a variety of different dashboard indicators as identified. And Goal 5 is to increase family engagement. Strategies to achieve Goal 1 include fidelity to professional learning communities, otherwise known as PLCs, professional development and conferences, books and supplies, and a focus on our English language learner program. Strategies used to accomplish Goal 2 include support for social emotional learning, academic support and intervention, and support for our award-winning PBIS program. Goal 3 strategies to promote a college-going culture include continued extensive support to expand our AVID program, as well as professional development and new course development in support of our default A through G curriculum. Goal 4 addresses student engagement through high-interest elective course offerings, including new ones developed this school year, as well as instructional engagement strategies utilized in the classrooms as well. Goal 5 addresses family engagement through tremendous support for our Family Engagement Center and the Family Engagement Liaison. Additionally, we continue to offer and fund both English and Spanish cohorts of the Parent Institute for Quality Education, also known as PK, with the additional endorsement for STEAM, Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Mathematics. To date, Silverado has had almost 600 families graduate from PK since we first started offering it approximately 5 years ago. Silverado's categorical budget includes almost $760,000 in Title I funding, almost $114,000 in English learner funds dedicated exclusively to salary, and $265,000 in CSI money. This brings our grand total of categorical funding for Silverado High School to over $1.1 million. Thank you for inviting me tonight to review Silverado's school plan for the 21-22 school year. If you have any questions about anything covered this evening, as always, please do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you and have a great night.
Okay, public hearing 5.1 to determine the sufficiency of instructional materials. And we start at, it's at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Any comments from anybody? Okay. We'll close the hearing at 6:01. Public comments?
If you wish to address the board on any topic, including any item on the agenda, please submit your comments to the board president by completing a request to address the board card prior to the meeting and submitting it to the assistant to the superintendent. The president will recognize those who desire to speak either during the public comment section of the agenda or before the particular agenda item. Each speaker should move quickly to the microphone and announce your name before beginning your presentation. Meetings are taped for later transcription. Each speaker is allocated a maximum of 3 minutes. The president may choose to limit each topic to 10, no more than 20 minutes, if substantial numbers of people wish to address the board on one topic. Testimony should be brief and to the point. Speakers should not repeat testimony already presented. Board action may not legally be taken on any item not specifically listed on the agenda. The board may ask that such items be placed on the next agenda for consideration. Testimony is not protected from damage claims for slander. Public charges or allegations may result in legal action being brought by those individuals. The board values constructive community comments and suggestions. It welcomes your participation in the democratic process.
Okay. The first person is Dr. Antonia? Oh, who is this?
Antonio
Antonio, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Vignoki.
It's you.
Dr. Antonia Vignoki.
Yes.
At your service.
How are you, Antoine?
Good evening to all present. My speech today will be given to the City Council as it directs and addresses the constant desire for all in the room and outside on the hallways for the safety of traffic at our schools, all of them. Serious concerns for the meandering of students, almost being run and killed as they race across the street to get to wherever they're going. So I'm just letting you know, that's what I'm talking about at the board meeting as soon as the City Council decides to publish when it is. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Cynthia Mead.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Mead. I've been a teacher here in the district for, I want to say 15 years at Hook Junior High, exclusively for the last 15 years. I want to say that of the 15 years I've been teaching at Hook Junior High, this is probably the most challenging in terms of safety at our school. We've had numerous fights almost daily, and we do not have enough security to help. We've had several security guards come and go. We've had some substitute security guards. At one point, we had no female security guards to help with patrolling of restrooms and things of that nature. And we need at least one more security guard, if not two. We need one for the public track that our students use during the school day. We also need one to help with the areas of our school that are kind of hidden and out of sight and can't be seen from the areas where they stand in general to help with the traffic flow, I guess. That's our biggest concern at this point at Hook is the safety of the students and the teachers as we are all trying to navigate this new world, you know. And we also need more trash cans.
Trash cans?
And a hand dryer in the bathroom that works.
A trash can?
Anything else?
Okay, Janice?
Madam President, was that Janice Bedian?
Yes.
Okay, that's me.
Yeah, it's only one Janice.
Doctor.
Thank you.
Say doctor.
I just wanted to share with all of you my day today. I teach English at and ELD at Adelanto High School, and I kind of dread fourth period and sixth period every day. These classes are 10th graders who are spending their first year as high schoolers, and thanks to COVID, they really don't have any social norms yet. They're still trying to learn their own way. These kids come to class, do not settle down, yell at me, refuse to put things away like their cell phones and stuff like that. And you know, I'm a teacher of 21 years. I know what to do, but I'm not able to do what I would normally do for these students. So today they were throwing pencils and pens at me. I'm walking through the class. I put them in groups today, and as I've got my back turned to them, they're, you know. So this is the TikTok challenge. Thank you very much. Is an ongoing thing for our teachers, and it's terrifying because I don't know what to do. And here's the, I could say, oh, it's the administration's fault, or it's the parents' fault. But the bottom line is, these kids just don't know how to behave themselves. They don't know how to act. So what can we do to help these kids learn what real social norms are, what being courteous to adults? They just don't know. So I don't feel safe in my classroom all the time because of things like this. And it's not like the kids I don't think they're going to kill me or anything. I just feel like they're not being respectful. I need guidance, I need help, and that's what I'm asking for you guys. What I'd love to do is put a camera in my classroom. What I can't do is put a camera in my classroom because it violates student confidentiality. Can't do it. So where's my safety? Where's my confidentiality? I'd really like to have a resolution to that, because things like this TikTok challenge are making it impossible for us to be a professional in our own classroom. Also, I was going to mention the bathrooms. Our bathrooms are fine, but our students are struggling because they're having to close the bathrooms. So the kids are coming in, they're dancing. I got to go to the bathroom. I got to go to the bathroom. And we've got to find a better way to let them in and use the bathrooms. Anyway, that was my main concern tonight, and I thank you all for letting me speak.
Stephanie?
Hi, my name is Stephanie Olguin. I'm here to ask you about our negotiations for CSEA for our classified members. We've been going back and forth for months now. I know as a classified employee, we have a lot of bilingual parents. Currently, we only have one interpreter. I schedule our IEPs. I have to schedule IEPs and hope that they're not late because I only have one interpreter. If we could get a stipend for our bilingual staff, that'd be great. Also, for the effect of the vacation payout, that you guys only want to do one major payout, that's going to affect a lot of our employees. I think that we should allow our MOU to be into our contract to continue doing the monthly payments instead of taking it out of our pocket. Thank you.
Derek?
What's the name?
Derek?
I think he's outside.
Yeah, I think he might be outside.
Yeah.
About a dozen. That's right. We're good. We got plenty.
No, Derek? Okay, that must be Derek.
Good evening. I'm Derek Herrera. I have two children in at Lomitas. We went yesterday and spoke at the board meeting over there. Pretty much, I would say all their board members are pretty stone-faced. Can't give me answers. Can't give any other parents answers. But they're able to listen to you, but no response at all. So I'm pretty much kind of think that's going to happen tonight. Same thing. So I have another son that goes to Sims. Pretty good kid. Pick him up every day from school. It's kind of hard to talk to him because all I get was a yes or a no. I don't know if it's due to the mask. I mean, it's a psychological thing for these kids. I honestly think that. He doesn't open up till maybe an hour and a half when he's at home. But I could see it that he's changed his demeanor pretty much since he went back to school. Like I said, I can't get hardly any response. How's it going? How's the class? It's a yes or no type of thing. It's pretty sad. It's a pretty sad thing that we're all going through. And I just don't believe in the whole vaccine. I mean, I don't believe in all these nurses and doctors they were heroes last year, and now they're being vilified because they don't want to take a vaccine, which is their own personal choice. As far as that, I mean, we have an open border. No one's getting vaccinated there. No vetting there. Wide open. And I just don't think that this is truly a pandemic. If you're going to let all those nurses and doctors go, and not just them, law enforcement, all the frontline responders, I just don't get it. And the vaccine has not been out very long. I mean, you go on the website, they don't even give you what's in those vaccines, you know? And as far as that is, I don't know if everybody's familiar with Shantex, the smoking. That was just recently uncovered like 2 weeks ago. They had to pull that out after 15 years that it causes cancer. And that's one of the primary reasons that I don't support any of these pharmaceutical companies. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm just anti-force. There's a big difference. So whatever you guys can do, if you do have any pushback, that you can go up into Sacramento and voice our opinion for all the parents here that are pretty much wondering and pretty much scared. Because I have no problem taking my kid out. If it's going to be that way, I will take my children out of the schools. And I do not approve it. So if you're going to force me and back me up into a corner, I will respond. So I hope you guys understand that, where I'm coming from, where all these parents are coming from. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, dude, let's lose
Okay,
all.
what is that name? What does it look like to you?
Last name's Guerrero.
Guerrero.
Last name's Guerrero, yeah.
Oh,
Last name
Guerrero.
Last name Guerrero?
Guerrero? Is there a Guerrero in here?
Probably outside, Barbara.
Another one outside?
Oh, yeah. At least it's not hot.
I don't know.
Let me see it again.
Elise, Evelise, Evelise.
It's really hot.
Is it Evelise? See if there's a Evelise Guerrero. Oh, Evelise? Guerrero?
Yes.
Up here.
Good afternoon. My name is Eve Guerrero. I have 4 kids in public school. I have 2 homeschooling, and I have 2 in-person. My opinion is that this is a parent choice. The government does not own my child. There's no study that says that vaccination has is safe. Nobody knows the long-term effect. And if something happens to my child, who is responsible for what happens to him or them? This is my child, not the government, not anybody. If I decide to put the shot on my child, it's my choice. No one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Covina Becerra? Is that one
What's the name
outside
again?
too?
It's probably outside.
Covina?
Got it.
Becerra. Becerra.
I'm sure I'm spelling these wrong.
Chinese penguin.
How much time do I have?
3 minutes.
Okay.
3 minutes.
I just wanted to say, of course, I'm here to speak against the vaccine mandating. What I have to say about it is, I'm the parent. I'm legally responsible for my child. I feed them, I clothe them, I pay for their medical expenses, I take them to the dentist, I pay for insurance. Why is it that now you all feel that you can make a decision for my child when a lot of children are allergic to simple things as peanuts, just food allergies? Now it's okay. We don't have enough research on these vaccinations, and now you're saying it's okay, just poke my kid. It's fine. Who's going to be legally responsible if something happens to a child who have all these health issues, are you going to pay for the medical expenses? Are you going to pay for funeral costs? Probably not. Who's going to be responsible? Oh, that's right, the parent. The parent. Because I pay for everything else. I do not think it is morally right to dictate what goes in my child. I know my child, and I am the one that takes care of them. They were given to me by God. God trusted me enough to say, I know you can handle this. He didn't. God himself gives us a free will. God himself. He doesn't even force himself on us. We choose. So who in the world, who does this governor think he is? He plays God now. And it's not right. And I hope you are all ready for legal action when things start happening. If you force this on children, I hope you're ready for the lawsuits that are going to come. I hope you're ready for it, because that's what's going to happen. A lot is going to take place. And I can guarantee you will lose funding, because there's a lot of people, a lot of parents out there that are not okay with masks, number one. But okay, fine, I could take it off my kid. But now you want to inject my child with something that I don't even know about? No, not going to happen. So guess what? We'll have to pull our children out, not homeschool with the district, because you still get money for that. I know you do. Pull out fully. So now you no longer receive any funds at all. And it's not right. I want to see legal documentation showing me. CDC doesn't make law. Governor Newsom doesn't make law. A mandate is not a law. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay. Edith Hernandez.
Hi, my name is Edith Hernandez. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, I am here to request that bilingual stipend be passed. Sites are very understaffed and are in need of support, bilingual support. I am a team player, and I feel that we should utilize our staff to assist with communication with parents, as that is key to student success. Therefore, we shouldn't be asked when not compensated and said that we're working out of class. We don't have anybody right now that I'm aware of. If we do, they're in meetings. They're not available. I have parents at my door. I have phone calls that are left. Of course, that's what we do, right? We communicate. We need to communicate. Counselors need support. We're willing. I still have my other job duties. I have COVID and injuries, fights, medications, a lot of paperwork, IEPs. So I am asking that we pass this bilingual stipend and utilize our staff that we have on site. Thank you.
Okay. All right, VVTA report.
That's it. Thank you, Barry.
Good afternoon. I will be brief. I'm going to turn my time over to our chief negotiator, Jared Nichols.
Thank you. And we're just, thank you. We have a presentation queued up. Good evening, board, superintendent and cabinet, and our student board member, Michael Huerta. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. My name is Jared Nichols. I am the chief negotiator for VVTA. And today I just wanted to, thank you. I just wanted to quickly get everybody caught up on the state of negotiations and our presentation of the budget to the board. Next, please. VVTA and VVUHSD have mutually agreed upon only bargaining Article 1 salary for the 2020-2021 reopeners. Now, I haven't updated it with the new information from today, but I will pepper that in as we're going through this. We initially started negotiations on 5/12 with a 8% salary increase retroactive to July 1. It wasn't until September 22nd that the district was finally able to counter our proposal with a 5% salary increase retroactive to July 1. Only for current employees, and this was something that VVTA cannot do. We're not going to leave our members behind. We believe that all members who worked last year are entitled to that pay. So since then, we have had some back and forth discussions, and we have been working on a 5% on schedule and then a combination of on schedule and off schedule salary increases to compensate our employees. I will say that since then, today, we also, when we discussed it, it was, we appreciate that VVTA and VVUHSD were able to come to an understanding, and we now are in agreement that all employees who worked last year are entitled to that retroactive increase. As far as, we've always believed that the district can amply support an 8% increase for all of its employees in the district. We know that we negotiate for ourselves, but we also know that the district is well suited to support a raise for the entire district. I want to make it known that since negotiations have started since May, we have come down on our proposals. As of today's session, there's only one thing hanging, and it's going to be that percent. And like I said, we're trying to figure out that combination of on-schedule salary increase, off-schedule salary increase. Currently on the table is a 2% off-schedule increase for our employees, which is a cost savings to the district. It's a one-time cost versus an ongoing cost, and we think that it's something that our teachers are entitled to. And nobody here is going to disagree that last year was probably the hardest year. Maybe this one might be going up there. By the end of the year, we might say this year's the hardest year. But I think everybody in education will agree that last year was probably one of the hardest years we've ever worked. And we deserve it. Next slide, please. So this slide was just adjusted again because of today's negotiations. We have a lot of things that we've agreed on, and we appreciate the movement that happened today. We are in agreement that there's a doctoral stipend that will be added to Article 1, a national board certification stipend. The longevity bonuses have been increased to kind of compact the pay scale. Additional columns for members with a designated subject credential. The raise benefits all of our members, as well as a column 5 restructuring, which we thank the district for coming back with that proposal today. As you can see, the only thing we have not settled on is the percent of salary increase. We are currently asking for a 5% on schedule, retroactive to July 1, 2020 for all employees, and a 2% off schedule for 2021 for all employees. Thankfully, Mr. Garcia last week found 2% in the budget. So the district was already ready to give us 5%. Mr. Garcia found 2%. So we think that this is something that can easily be done and settled before we go on break. Next slide, please. We're worth it. Next slide, please. Sorry, this almost didn't fit on one slide. It's the district's reserve, $45,300,000. Yeah, it's big. It almost couldn't fit. Next slide, please. Okay, I'm going to briefly go through the numbers because, again, Mr. Mayo and Mr. Crosby and myself have poured through the budgets over the last few years, and we disagree with the district's assessments. And so on the top rows and columns, you can see past real numbers from the unaudited actuals for those years. The bottom, we're kind of showing the difference between VVUHSD's projections versus VVTA's probably more realistic projections. And you can see that in the LCFF, we know that budgets are a forecast, but we are forecasting based on past trends. There's not really any reason why we shouldn't expect a steady trend of $5 to $6 to even $8 million increases over the next few years in the LCFF, whereas the district thinks that we're going to pretty much flatline with a small increase in 23-24. So we basically found there's about $16 million more in the LCFF projections. Next slide, please. Benefits and expenditures. Again, we know that we completely understand that benefits are a variable cost. We expect some increases, as we saw for the 2020-2021 school year. There was a little bit of an increase. And we know that we're in the process of negotiating a new vendor, and there's going to be some costs associated with that. We don't know the impacts of COVID on the healthcare systems and vaccines and things like that. So we do expect an increase, but not the increase that the district is projecting. And we think that usually we sign a multi-year deal, so we don't think that the district's going to incur a large cost over the next 3 years. So we found about $19 million there. Next slide, please. Supplies and expenditures, this is one that I'm dumbfounded by. Even in the most crazy educational year that we've ever dealt with, 2020, 2021, we only spent $13.9 million on supplies. And that was buying thousands of Chromebooks, hundreds of large screen televisions, millions of wipes and face masks and sanitizers and everything else. So I don't know why the district foresees that we're going to spend $29 million this year. I have the same computer I did. I have the same furniture in my room that I did. They would have to build, I mean, I can't fathom them spending $28 million each year on supplies. So we project there's about $61 million hiding in supplies. Next slide, please. So the question is, what if VVTA was wrong? Even if we were completely wrong, which we're probably not completely wrong. We might not be 100% right, but we're definitely not 100% wrong. VVTA's projections are founded on the sound reality of past budgets. We make conservative projections on the revenue and liberal projections on expenditures. We have never led VVUHSD towards financial instability, and we never would. If by some miracle VVTA is completely wrong and VVUHSD is completely right this time, VVUHSD would still have an ending fund balance of 21% by the end of the 21-22 school year, which is nearly 7 times larger than the state requirement. Additionally, they would still have an ending fund balance over 4 times the state requirement at the end of 23-24. Next slide, please. So what's next? As you know, there's no surprise. We want to settle. We had a very productive bargaining session today. Thank you. We are calendared and ready to negotiate on 10/20. I have just spoken with Dr. Rubalcaba, so it would be wonderful to know that we could settle this before we go on fall break. I'm not sure if we can get that done, but we definitely want to get that done. Let's work to get this done. Let's work to settle this for everybody so that we can focus on the more pressing matters, which we're already almost 1 year through a 3-year successor contract. Next slide, please. Thank you very much. If you guys have any questions, please email me or call me. I look forward to your response. Thank you very much.
CSEA. CSEA. I don't know if I can beat that. Jared kind of made everybody happy, even my people in the room. So I don't know that I can beat that. Well, I didn't write a long speech tonight. Good morning, board members, superintendent, cabinet. Here you are again. You see my people here in the audience. Those security people that are making our campuses safe. I've had the most calls in the last month. How are even our security? The people that you never hear about complaining are complaining. They feel unsafe. There is a huge, huge problem. There's a huge, huge gap, and there's a huge, huge lack, and we need help. I hear the teachers talking about their rooms dirty. There are. Sometimes campuses have one custodian on campus. What is going on? There's no robust cleaning going on. I have people coming to me saying, I am so nervous. I have so much anxiety because I have so much work and I know I'm not going to get through it. What are we doing? So we have big issues. You know, CSEA has big issues. My people are tired. We go to the table tomorrow. I hope you guys are talking. People are bilingual. Why are we fighting 5%? Teachers get $7 when they have one person in a classroom. We have 7 classified employees, 7, that their job requires them to speak Spanish. We're pulling people from the nursing office now that we have nursings. We're pulling people from secretary. Their work is still there when they get back. We're only asking for 5%. What is the harm? My people are asking to plug in their days. When we took it out of our contract, it doesn't affect the district $1. Why are you guys fighting us? I don't understand. Our fight is hard. We're getting pushback from the classified side of the house, and we get pushback from the district. We just need help. I look at my people and I tell them, I can't help you. I don't know what to do. When their leaders said they can't help them, who else do I go to? I can't go to the Personnel Commission, so now I'm begging the board, please step in and help us. We need staff. We need help. We want our campuses clean. We work there too. But we just don't have the manpower to do it. We just don't have people, and we need the board's help. We need you to intervene. Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay. Consent items 8.1 to 8.8. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second? One of you second.
Second.
All right. Discussion? Okay, vote. Michael? Barrios?
Aye.
Castaneda?
Aye.
Edmiston?
Yes.
Garcia?
Aye.
And Dew votes yes. Action item 9.1. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second? Discussion?
That's as amended, correct?
That's
Right,
amended,
as
yes.
amended.
Right.
As amended, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, vote. Michael?
Aye.
Oh, wait a minute. Michael, you won't vote on 9.1 and 9.2.
Okay.
But then you'll vote on 9.3, okay?
Okay.
All right. Barrios?
Aye.
Castaneda?
Aye.
Edmiston?
Yes.
Garcia?
Aye.
And Dew votes yes. 9.2, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, discussion? Okay, vote. Barrios?
Aye.
Castaneda?
Aye.
Edmiston?
Yes.
Garcia?
Aye.
And Dew votes yes. 9.3, now this one you will.
So moved.
Okay. Second?
Second.
Discussion? Okay, vote. Michael?
Aye.
Barrios?
Aye.
Castaneda?
Aye.
Edmiston?
Yes.
Garcia?
Aye.
And Dew votes yes. 9.4,
So moved.
Second.
discussion? And that was on with that change, right?
Yeah.
The change on it. And then Michael?
Aye.
Barrios?
Aye.
Castaneda?
Aye.
Edmiston?
Yes.
Garcia?
Aye.
And Dew votes yes. 9.5,
So moved.
Second.
discussion?
Question?
Yes?
How many students will this serve for the Rescue a Generation?
It will serve all the ninth graders coming into Adelanto. I had a conversation with Ms. Purcell this morning.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, vote. Michael?
Aye.
Barrios?
Aye.
Castaneda?
Aye.
Edmiston?
Yes.
Garcia? Dew votes yes. All right. 9.6, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? Okay, vote. Michael?
Aye.
Barrios?
Aye.
Castaneda?
Aye.
Edmiston?
Yes.
Garcia? And Dew votes yes. 9.7, contract?
So
Yeah.
moved.
Second? Okay. Discussion?
Question, I read in there, it's for yearbook and physical fitness. Is that correct?
Smartest EDU, know that. Oh,
I wasn't sure because that wasn't in the descriptor, but when I read through the contract, it mentions yearbook and physical fitness.
That shouldn't be correct, Trustee Edmiston. I spoke with Ms. Purcell about that this morning, and that was for foreign language collaboration for the students and for their to provide assessment for their foreign languages. So I didn't see that part what you were referencing.
Okay, I'll meet with you after or send it
Okay.
over.
Got it.
Okay, and vote. Michael?
Aye.
Barrios?
Aye.
Castaneda?
Aye.
Edmiston?
Yes.
Garcia?
Aye.
And Du votes yes. 9.8.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, just one question, okay, this, this is providing a supervisor for 2 speech and language therapists. Now, aren't our supervisors good enough, or? Because we have people that supervise that. If they were our employees, then we would be supervising them. That's my question. Why do we need another supervisor for 2 people? Especially
What I'm
outside
thinking of, right off the top of
Yeah.
my head, I'm thinking this may be additional.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily supervisor, it's just for the speech language pathologists for our students that have speech on their IEPs.
Okay, well, that's why I'm wondering why they specifically say supervisors. And the contract says supervision on it also. Just checking because, there's,
Yeah, I'll check on it.
But it also talks about caseloads as well, it seems.
Yeah.
yes, it does, but why does it call them supervisor? Contractor is to provide the district with supervision of 2 speech therapist assistants
Language
who are currently
therapists.
providing. So the speech language pathologists, they're supervising themselves? Or, it's just a question because the verbiage kind of implies that we're getting somebody to supervise the 2 positions.
I'm wondering if it also has maybe to do with signing off on those speech language pathologists, somebody to sign off on those IEPs. But right now I'm texting Mrs. Akanuz is actually sick
Right,
this
right.
evening, so I'm texting her right now.
Well, that's why I kind of wonder, all right, because it doesn't really say. Because we need
We do.
we need the therapist, but we don't need another supervisor. We could, hire another therapist
it's
for the
written.
amount they're doing here, because,
Contractors provide district supervision of 2.
No.
So I think it's for 2 therapists. It's not a supervisor or anything. I think it's just worded wrong in here.
okay, so.
Yeah,
Then we should
they do
word
not
it right, then we
supervise.
should word it right, because we have such a hard time getting these positions, and so if they read this contract, they say, well, I'm a supervisor.
Yeah. No, I don't think it works.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah.
a supervisor, you're a supervisor. If you're a worker bee, you're a worker bee. Simple as that. All right, well, I just wanted to ask that question, so. If they're, if all
Actually,
there is-
they're doing the work, aren't they? Yeah,
yes.
so they
Yes,
really
they
are
are. They are.
therapists. But they,
Okay.
the way they have it worded is therapy travelers. So they must be traveling in to
It's a company
a
that we
company to
contract
do this
with.
work.
Yeah, for
Right.
speech therapists for our
Yeah, they're
IEPs.
speech therapists,
Yeah.
okay.
okay.
All right. Okay, Michael, vote.
Aye.
Burrows,
Aye.
Castaneda,
Aye.
Edmiston,
Yes.
Garcia,
Aye.
and Du votes yes. 9.9,
So moved.
Second.
discussion.
Yeah, one thing here, okay, when this is describing what Miss Oliver will be doing,
Yes,
it says that participation is voluntary.
yes.
Now, I didn't notice anything about if if people don't choose to participate, is the salary the same? Or is it based on number of participants, that sort of thing?
Based on 20 to 25 teachers.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Is
Okay,
that a minimum-
Michael?
Is that a minimum 25? Or,
Yes,
like I said, if you don't get 25, that's just my question. If you don't have enough people,
yeah.
then,
Okay, vote. Michael,
Aye.
Burrios,
Aye.
Castaneda,
Aye.
Edmiston,
Yes.
Garcia,
Aye.
and Du votes yes. 9.10, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, discussion. Vote. Michael,
Aye.
Barrios.
Aye.
Castaneda.
Aye.
Edmiston.
Yes.
Garcia.
Aye.
And I vote yes. 9.11,
So moved.
Second.
discussion.
Yeah, since I'm the one asking the questions about it. Okay, now, this company, what exactly are they doing? From the description here, it's providing scouting. Now, I know when I was a coach, the coaches scouted their opponents. This gives the impression that we hire an outside person to do this. And if they have what they call it, the platinum program or whatever. So what are they doing?
Let me give you a little context. So what we use Huddle for, we use Huddle at all of our schools for stats regarding not intercollegiate, sorry, I'm putting kids in college
CIF.
already.
Hey, it's for CIF.
Yeah, CIF. We do the stats, we do the videos and all of those types of things. So if there's a articulation of the scouting component, it's that would help in that for students who may be going on to college or something. But this is more so for the statistical piece, for the recording of the event and things of that nature.
Because everything gets uploaded in it as well,
Yes.
so they can even stream games live. You can see them. You can go over film. So it's a
And you could look at them.
it's an instant.
This
grab.
instant
It's
recording.
instant, and you can see stats on the other team instead of exchanging film like the old days.
Yeah.
Now you can just log
Oh,
in.
yes, I remember vividly, yes.
So this is
The scouting
Well, that's what
feature.
this is actually pretty cool.
This is it's good. Yeah.
This is a good
We have this
program.
at Silverado as well and our other schools.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All right,
think
so
Silverado
then
does
we'll
have
go
it.
to my next question. I didn't see wrestling on there, male or female wrestling.
Cobalt doesn't have wrestling.
They
Cobalt.
what?
You don't have a wrestling team.
Cobalt.
Not every school has
Not every
wrestling.
school has
That's their
Yeah.
fault.
Yeah. Yeah, this is his passion.
Well,
It's
yeah,
not
it's the
every
only
school.
school that's been state
Well, no,
champions
they don't have
around here,
football.
so.
There's a couple.
Yeah,
other
there's a
things.
couple
Yeah.
of sports they don't have.
It's a
Which
sports
would be
they
great,
don't
you know,
have.
I'm with you.
Yeah, they're gonna scout cross country. Everybody knows that guy's fast, he's not as fast, and he's third fast. Okay, I'm just bringing this up because, you know,
Oh,
if
okay.
somebody complains, my Johnny wanted to go to college, but the volleyball team got videos for the college, and my child didn't. See my point?
Yeah.
Silly, but you get it. Okay.
Okay. All right, Michael.
Aye.
Barrios.
Aye.
Castaneda.
Aye.
Edmiston.
Yes.
Garcia.
Aye.
And Dew votes yes. 9.12, math,
So moved.
second.
Second.
Okay, discussion. All right, vote. Michael.
Aye.
Barrios.
Aye.
Castaneda.
Aye.
Edmiston.
Yes.
Garcia.
Aye.
And Dew votes yes.
So
9.13.
moved.
Second.
Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, just one thing here, and I've spent a lot of time down in that lower auto shop, and this is like way overdue because, you know, those doors, even though they could be manually opened, that's quite a chore for, you know, the teacher, or if he's busy, he has to have students do it. And I'll ask my usual question. I didn't see anything about a warranty.
We all look to Brett.
These doors were a commercial door, they typically offer a 1-year warranty. I didn't actually do this contract.
All right.
I do a lot of business with them.
Yeah, because my question's always like that, because if it goes out electricity, guess what? That chance of going out or.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because if it's a electrical based, then doing it manually will be like way hard. Okay.
Okay, Michael.
Aye.
Barrios.
Aye.
Castaneda.
Aye.
Edmiston.
Yes.
Garcia.
Aye.
And Dew votes yes. 9.14. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second. All right, discussion. All right, Michael, vote.
Aye.
Barrios.
Aye.
Castaneda.
Aye.
Edmiston.
Yes.
Garcia.
Aye.
And Dew votes yes. 9.15.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. All right, Michael.
Aye.
Barrios.
Aye.
Castaneda.
Aye.
Edmiston.
Yes.
Garcia.
Aye.
And Dew votes yes.
9.16,
So moved.
Second.
discussion. Okay, Michael?
Aye.
Barrios?
Aye.
Castaneda?
Aye.
Edmiston?
Yes.
Garcia?
Aye.
And Du votes yes. 9.17,
So moved.
Second.
okay, discussion.
Yeah, just one thing. Okay, now, the last three things, I never realized there was that many variations of their mannequins for, teaching the students how to diagnose and all that. Now, this says medium children, so would that be like adolescents, or would it be, small children? Would that service that group?
You understand? Small children. 5 to 8 year olds.
Okay.
5 to 8 year old.
Okay. Well, that's great. That's a big thing. It's necessary. It's like they have, the recessive and then they have the recessive babies, so.
Well, it's really important because we prepare students for the preschool, and so that's the age of a small mannequin.
Hey, I'm with you all the way, heck.
Youth and then adult.
That's good. Our programs will be even better than they already are. The end.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Michael?
Aye.
Barrios?
Aye.
Castaneda?
Aye.
Edmiston?
Yes.
Garcia?
Aye.
And Du votes yes. 9.18,
So moved.
second.
Second.
Discussion. All right, vote. Michael?
Aye.
Barrios?
Aye.
Castaneda?
Aye.
Edmiston?
Yes.
Garcia?
Aye.
And Du votes yes. 9.19,
So moved.
second.
Second.
Discussion. All right,
No.
vote. Michael,
Aye.
did you have anything to say?
No, I'm just saying,
Oh.
this is great. When
Oh,
Brett
oh,
told me
oh.
they were doing this,
Oh.
this is fantastic, because that wrestling room is way overdue for something in there, because, well, he said spotted mold and things like that, and people don't realize those wrestling mats are about, $30,000, I think was the last one that we bought. And that's back when I was coaching, and that was back in the Stone Age. So that was great. And I'm sure the
Okay.
coach will thank you too.
All right, Michael,
Aye.
Barrios,
Aye.
Castaneda,
Aye.
Edmiston,
Yes.
Garcia,
Aye.
and Du votes yes. 9.20,
So moved.
Second.
okay. Discussion. Okay, Michael,
Aye.
Barrios,
Aye.
Castaneda,
Aye.
Edmiston,
Yes.
Garcia,
Aye.
and Du votes yes. 9.21,
So moved.
Second.
discussion.
Just one. Okay, I assume that the coaches were consulted on the equipment?
Yes. What happened was me and Dr. Williams went down to the school and met with the coach. We did a walk around the whole 9 yards, got Brett involved, and we're upgrading.
Okay, sounds good. Because I remember one year they bought weights and they consulted the tennis coach, and him and the football coach didn't see eye to eye.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Staff,
he's
thank
been
you.
calling us and emailing us regularly to make sure that we're on target to get his stuff completed.
Oh, yeah, and that's great. That weight room hasn't been updated in a long time.
Okay. Vote, Michael,
Aye.
Barrios,
Aye.
Castaneda,
Aye.
Edmiston,
Yes.
Garcia,
Aye.
and Du votes yes. 9.22,
So moved.
second.
Second.
Okay, discussion. All right, vote, Michael,
Aye.
Barrios,
Aye.
Castaneda,
Aye.
Edmiston,
Yes.
Garcia,
Aye.
and Du votes yes. 9.23,
So moved.
second. Okay, discussion. Okay, vote, Michael,
Aye.
Barrios,
Aye.
Castaneda,
Aye.
Edmiston,
Yes.
Garcia,
Aye.
and Du votes yes.
So
9.24,
moved.
second.
Second.
Discussion. Okay, vote, Michael,
Aye.
Barrios,
Aye.
Castaneda,
Aye.
Edmiston,
Yes.
Garcia,
Aye.
and Du votes yes. 9.25,
So moved.
second.
Second.
Discussion. All right, vote, Michael,
Aye.
Barrios,
Aye.
Castaneda,
Aye.
Edmiston,
Yes.
Garcia.
Aye.
And Dew votes yes. All right, number 10, legal pupil personnel issues. 10.1.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
It's just the board on this one.
Uh-huh. And discussion? All right, vote. Barrios?
Aye.
Castaneda?
Aye.
Edmiston?
Yes.
Garcia?
Aye.
And Dew votes yes. And then the next one, 10.2 PE waiver.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion?
I have a question now. I know this has come up over the years, but the student, if they have basically a waiver for physical education, are we requiring
You
them
wanna
to
look
take the
at-
online
Just the yellow card.
version of the class? Because the information, if they have a health issue or something, the information is probably needed by them more than some of the regular students.
I'm actually glad you asked that because that's exactly what we're looking into right now.
Okay,
We do
well,
have some
we
online.
should have it because, you know, the last person that had your position, they said we had it, and then the person before her, which I think was you, I think said.
It
we
was
had some-
Lauren. It was Lauren.
No, Lauren, but before Lauren, you were here.
Yes.
Right, but no, this comes up every year because students get waivers, and that's great. But the information on the online PE is equivalent to the health education class,
It
which
is.
we no longer have. So some of these topics, they need to know just for their own personal benefit.
Yeah. This is worse that came up, and we're going to actually talk to our counselors in our counselor collaborative when we come back from break, just on this very topic. And we're going to look at Apex, Acellus, and Crone, which I think is new.
Okay.
I think that's what we're using for
Because they
PE.
they have to have something. You just can't say, no, you don't need PE.
We'll bring it back to
But
you.
you don't know any of the other things about your health and fitness. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Typically, we have had them take an online version.
Well, yeah, it's been yes and maybe
Yeah,
and
we do
no.
have it, so that's-
And I want to make sure they get something, you know, as a
It's this first
former
semester.
PE teacher years ago, you know,
So what-
sitting there on the sidelines watching, that doesn't do much for your health and your physical well-being.
Okay. Barrios?
Aye.
Castaneda?
Aye.
Edmiston?
Yes.
Garcia?
Aye.
And Dew votes yes. 11, information discussion items. 11.1, conference requests. 11.2, educational study trip requests. 11.3, review of the trustee boundary areas.
We have a demographer report, or
Yes, I know that in between now and March 5th, we're going to have to be adjusting our district boundaries. And so I was just looking for the board to give us the okay to contact a demographer to come in and do the analysis. Then I'll bring it to the board. It'll probably bring us about 3 of them, whichever one works best for the board. Then we'll agree upon that.
Okay.
Now, last year, I think we paid
I wasn't here.
I think it was about 32, it was about 30-something thousand at that time.
I don't know, I wasn't here for your last.
Yeah, it was done by,
because we can't just go with the old one? I'm just curious.
yeah,
I mean-
that's who we're contacted.
No, I mean,
It's the same
I'm saying,
person.
but the same,
Yes.
do we have to
The maps, can they
do we
stay the
have to
same?
readjust them? Is that because of census, or what's the,
Well, we have to adjust because the previous census was originally done in 2010, and so it's about 10 years in between. So the results should be coming forth pretty soon, and as soon as we get that, I don't
Information.
anticipate that much
Sure.
change.
Yeah, like we did before.
but yeah, I'm okay with that.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, 12, staff report, Business Services Division.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Stu. I will be brief. First of all, welcome Michael Huerta from Adelanto. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Secondarily, everyone enjoy your fall break time, get some rest and relaxation. For the board's information, we did receive our draft of our facilities program audit. I'll be working with Mr. Jurgensen tomorrow. I'll be reviewing it, making sure that we're aligned with the report, and then we'll be sending that off to the state in its finality. Our auditors will be on site on November to finish the other component of our audit. Our auditors did meet, or our auditor, the lead auditor, is required to meet with the board president. So he met in a confidential conversation with President Dew this morning. That conversation was between her and him, just to let the board know. We also are still experiencing some challenges when it comes to logistics relative to food services, not just Victor Valley Union, but all districts because of the shortages in drivers. I want to salute the Child Nutrition Services staff for doing a phenomenal job to ensure that they have the most nutritious and varied meals to students that we have available, because students are concerned about variance and variety. So Mr. Hill and his staff is really making sure that that is accomplished as much as possible. And that's about all that I have tonight. I won't
Okay.
belabor the hour.
All right, thank you. 12.2, educational services.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to start off my report by just sharing how proud I am to be part of our district. I'm going into my almost 3 months, 3 months coming back, and it's just been such a pleasure to serve in my capacity. I would also like to share, too, that building the capacity of our teachers and our classified personnel is really important to Ed Services. So tonight, I think we did approve some hours, 30 hours for teachers and 20 hours for classified, to really get the training in topics that are really going to support their work. So I'm really happy about that. Also, I'd like to announce that we will be paying for all of our teachers to attend this year's CTA Good Teaching Conference. It is taking place in the spring, March 18th through the 20th. The only thing we do ask is that because of sub shortages, that we go ahead and finish our day, and then we're going to go to the conference, which occurs that evening. So just wanted to share that as good news with you all. Also, this is the month, it's Unity Month, so we want to recognize and we want to do things as a district. So under the leadership of Mr. Williford, our Director of Student Services, he will be conducting a district-wide pumpkin challenge to really focus on the theme of unity and having kids decorate that and just share in the awareness and the celebration. So thank you, Mr. Williford, for that. Also, the attendance challenge, we do at every single site. You know, we chose a class who kids have attended school regularly and also showed growth in the attendance. So we will be feeding kids breakfast. The week of October 18th, we invite board members, if you're able to attend, just come serve and see our kids and be with us. We will send you some more information about that. Also, I am working on revising our strategic plan, Opening Doors 2021 to 24, working with Doris on that. I would love to seek some people that might be interested in joining our team as well, too. So please reach out. It's going to be a really neat process. And then just appreciation for the Ed Services team. There's 11 of us who have been going out to the sites to really support in any capacity, whether we're in the classroom, being with kids, supervision and stuff like that. The team has been amazing, so just from the bottom of my heart. And thank you also, teachers, for letting us just be there with you guys and helping you and knowing what it is that you do every single day. So that's my comments for this evening.
Okay, Human Services.
So welcome to our student board member. We love having students to hear your voice, and we're here to serve you and all of our students in the district. Next, I want to thank the board. Tonight, you guys really approved through the ESSER plan and through the certificated personnel and classified personnel report some much needed positions that we heard from our comments. That means more security, more teaching positions, more custodial, more of everything. So that's super awesome. Thank you for approving the sub rate increase. Our teachers are burned out. They're tired of period subbing, and you guys have done a phenomenal job. So we want to recruit more subs, and by increasing the rate, you're going to really facilitate that. So we really appreciate your support on that. Now, we might have to bring this very policy back again, because right now we're struggling with home hospital. So we became aware that home hospital is another issue that we're really looking at. So we're going to have to come up with some strategic ways to try to recruit more home hospital teachers to serve those students who have those needs. So we'll keep you posted on that. But once again, thank you for approving all of the wonderful things and services that our district needs. Next, I want to remind the community board and everybody that the October 15th deadline, or actually tomorrow is our October 8th deadline for showing proof of vaccination status. Everybody must show proof or say that they are unvaccinated or decline to state. That's okay. If you don't want to share the information, that's okay. But everybody must understand that if you're not vaccinated, it is the law that you must submit to weekly testing, and the weekly testing will start when we come back from fall break on the 19th on Testing Tuesday. So the district is prepared to comply with the October 15 deadline, and really thankful to all of the people, Richard, several of our classified staff, all the administrators, everybody that's doing the contact tracing, our LVNs, who I wish they were here because I want to tell them just how awesome that they are and that they're a part of our team. We had a wonderful training with them and with our administrators, so thank you, Tanya, and all of our LVNs. They really need help, and your action today is going to facilitate them having another school office assistant to help those COVID efforts and other medical procedures that our students need. We heard loud and clear that we want more security. Well, in today's report, Hook is getting an additional security, and so is Lakeview. So that's the first start. So the next thing I have is bargaining. We did have a wonderful session. Thank you, Jared. We're really close. Tomorrow we meet with CSEA, really looking forward to settlement. And in fact, I spoke to Jared just earlier today when we were here in the boardroom and said, hey, let's not wait till the 20th. Let's bargain again tomorrow, and let's go to fall break with settling both contracts. So we're really optimistic and hopeful that that will happen. The next thing I want to share to all the administrators in the room, School Administrator Appreciation Week is next week, and you guys have all stepped up at the sites across the district as classified managers, really making a difference in serving in one of the toughest years in public education. So from all of us, we just want to say thank you to our administrators for doing an amazing job. You guys rock. Finally, this is really important. Have an amazing fall break. You know, take care of self in order to take care of others. So that's all I have for tonight. Enjoy your fall break.
All right, and Personnel Commission?
He's not here this evening, but they are running their recruitments.
Okay.
They're working hard to fill all those positions, those vacancies and what have you. Once again, tonight's action is going to facilitate getting more people into our schools and where they're needed. So we're going to make sure that that happens.
Okay. And then legislation?
I brought it to you on a handout, and I'll just let that stand for this evening.
Okay.
Could I ask a question?
Sure.
This isn't exactly legislation, but there was a governor's announcement of a pretty significant executive order that he will apparently be signing.
Yeah, that was last Friday, the governor, he's referring to, is that what you're referring to?
Yes, could you update the?
Yeah, the executive order in which the governor says that, you know, that he's going to expect staff, students to be vaccinated as of December, and the students in the elementary schools to be vaccinated by July 2022. So that's something that's coming down the plate.
I mean, is it realistic to expect that we're going to be able to vaccinate all of our students by December? Is that realistic?
Yeah, that's going to be the challenge.
And just for the board's information, even tonight, Hook is hosting a vaccination event.
Yeah.
We've hosted, 14 events already. Actually, I think it's more like 16. Not only are we hosting the COVID-19 Pfizer vaccine, we're offering the booster now for those that are eligible. Yeah, no, we sent out it's offered now. Okay, it just happened. And we're going to, and they're offering the flu vaccine as well. Okay, so we're partnering with Public Health. Mr. Williford and I connected him with Public Health so that maybe Public Health can partner and use our medical van as well. And then IEHP wants to also partner with us so that we can get even vaccine events at sporting events. So we're going to really make it available. So I think we're in pretty good shape to make sure that we do comply with the law.
One of the things is, even though the kids are getting it, are we offering it to their parents as well, mom and dad?
It's for the entire community.
And the
All
whole
of our events
community,
are
right?
community-wide.
Right, okay.
Whether you have insurance or not?
No appointment
Regardless of-
necessary, no insurance
No
needed.
insurance
Come on down.
And regardless of citizenship status?
Regardless of citizenship status, it's open for the entire community, period.
Thank you.
And I'm super proud of those efforts. We've done a great job in that regard.
Thank you for
Yeah.
doing that. I'm proud that you made sure of that. Thank you.
So the governor had announced sort of three sort of exemptions, but it wasn't clear to me how those were to be operationalized. So part of my concern is because December's 2 months away, if we don't even have clear guidelines on what sort of exemptions apply, it seems like that's not giving a lot of notice to parents.
Well, and I would just add the fact that everyone is kind of, it's caused like a knee-jerk reaction. I've been on 2 meetings today in regards to it, and that included meetings earlier this week. So everyone is trying to respond to it as quickly as we possibly can.
I mean, the one thing I'm gonna say is that I just can't imagine a world where we're gonna deny kids education based on this. I mean, that is not in the teaching, that's just not who we are.
Amen.
I mean, that's my God. I mean, if that's their choice, I mean, that's completely 100% up to them. I just cannot imagine that we would deny a child education at our great public schools that we do offer based on that. I mean, I just don't understand that. I can't wrap my head around it. I mean, we open our schools to everybody, as we should. I mean, I don't want to get into the political, philosophical debate of it, but for the students that we're educating, what is the goal? I mean, what are we going to do about that? I mean, because there are going to be a vast majority that are going to just say no. I mean, if we have 3,000, 4,000 ADA walk away because of that, I mean, I just feel that's sad because those students need our services 100%.
Yes.
But I just feel that we need to take that information to Sacramento and say, look, what are we going to do? I mean,
It's already there.
because I mean,
That
like
information is
Caleb's
already
point,
in Sacramento.
what are the exemptions? They're not clear. You're going to have a lot of people filing for
So-
those exemptions. But I just cannot sit here and just say we're going to deny education. I just think that in itself is not American. That is not the way we operate as teachers in education in general.
I don't
Regardless of, once again, regardless of what you think about the vaccine or what you don't think about the vaccine, I just think that we got to think about the students at the end of the day, period.
I don't think that they said that they would deny the education. I think what it is they're trying to ensure that everybody is safe, the staff and the students as well.
Right, because
So-
I mean, what does the other side of that look like? I mean, that's the other question I think the parents are very concerned about tonight is if they don't get it by this deadline, and I don't want them to have it, what happens?
So there is no medical exemption and no religious exemption at this time
No.
for employees who are unvaccinated and refuse to weekly test. They will go into an unpaid leave.
But I'm talking about
Yeah,
students.
no, so the
Sorry.
same thing kind of applies for students. The face covering mandate for K-12 schools currently in effect is very similar to what we can expect for the vaccine mandate. If you choose not to face cover, you have 2 options. You have the independent studies option, and then you have the virtual academy option in our district. I would
Yeah.
imagine and speculate that a similar option, we wouldn't deny anyone a public education because that's unconstitutional.
Right.
However, they would probably have to be strictly in a virtual setting if they choose not to vaccinate. And I think many families might choose to homeschool. But the vaccine mandate will actually apply to both private and public schools
Yes.
across the
Right.
board.
Yeah, it is both. It's both schools, both systems. Right.
And sort of to my point is not, because I'm sort of personally, I'm a vaccine enthusiast. I line my kids up to get the flu shot whenever. If they can come up with a new shot, I like it. But it's not about the vaccine. Hey, it's not so much about the vaccine for me. It's about the clarity of the guidelines. Parents need to know if you're going to meet a deadline. You need to know what the deadline is and what
Right.
the criteria are for how you would apply for an available exemption. And it just seems like we don't have that. So
Not yet.
I would say that we need to be very clear with Sacramento that we need. Probably we're going to have to move the date back for one, and if they want to push a mandate, and they're definitely going to have to give us clear guidelines for how we can operationalize these available exemptions. Because what are we going to do? Like, do I qualify for this? I don't know.
Well, I mean, and then it's kind of like, I mean, you're going to sit here and you're going to separate these students, and then you're going to have these students who are on independent studies. Can they play football?
Yep.
Can they play sports? Are they going to not be able to play against the unvaccinated kids? Are the vaccinated kids all going to have their own DSL? They're going to be, you guys have to have your own league now because you guys aren't vaccinated, but you got this league that is. I mean, I don't know. What is, I mean, there's so many variables here, I feel that, I mean, and I get it. It's not our decision. This is a Sacramento thing. But I really feel, Ron, you do have a lot of influence in Sacramento. I mean, we've got to figure life out, and I do think it was a knee-jerk reaction to all of this, and I just feel that we have to have clarity because we're going to be hammered about it because we're the local officials. But, I mean, I've already penned a couple statements and letters to Obernolte and also Smitty as well. Just, we need clarification on some of these things, and I feel that it would set some minds at ease. But what does life look like, next year as well?
Yeah, that's the question that we're all going through at this particular point in time. CSBA, AXA,
We're
all of
going
the
through it.
organizations are trying to respond to this. And so I'm sure when we come back from the fall break, we'll have some clarity on it.
And I just want to say one last thing. And as educators, we educate anybody. It doesn't matter who they are, race, creed, political affiliations. I mean, that's what we do, and we have to embrace all of that, regardless of whatever
Vaccination status.
vaccination status. That's going to have to be looped in. I feel, because it's just one of those things that we just can't. I just can't imagine us denying education to anybody. It would literally. I would sit here and I would walk away. I'd never come back. So
No, I don't think we're denying an education. It's just that he mandated it. Similar to what we do already with kids that are babies. We give them polio and all that. Otherwise, we would have those diseases. The diseases like polio,
right, I think
measles, all kinds of other
the
things.
reservations that people have is you get the chickenpox vaccine and you won't get chickenpox. I think that the vaccine is just kind of up in the air a little bit right now. But anyhow, we'll get.
But we already have people that don't have shots, and they don't get shots, and we are surviving with them right now today. But they will work all the kinks out in Sacramento because we're already doing that.
Our lives are in the
With
hands of
CSBA.
politicians. God bless us all.
So can I say one other thing on
Get me
that?
started on that.
Can I ask one other question on that? Because I suspect that there's very few people that are actually anti-vax, that I don't want the vaccine.
Very few.
And if they are, probably we can absorb exemptions for them as a society. I think a lot of it is not so much vaccine hesitancy. I think it's just like, well, I haven't got around to it. Life is, I got other things going on. And what Chaffey College has done, what Victor Valley College has done, I don't know why we're not doing it, but what they've done is they've offered vaccine incentives. So, hey, you want to get vaxxed? We'll give you $300.
$10,000, baby.
What? Why aren't we doing it?
Two or three, yeah.
Could we explore something like that for our students?
That's a very good question. Dr. Hawkins, would you like to take that on?
Give me the question again, Mr.
Can we settle a contract?
We haven't got our
first?
50
Settle-
That's gotta be a contract. That's negotiable.
No, it's not coming out of the general fund for.
Caleb, I think it's important one of the things we do best in education is cheat. We learn from others, right? So when others have already gone through something similar, we learn lessons, hard lessons, good lessons, bad lessons, whatever. LA Unified and Culver City are two school districts in California that are in close proximity to us that already have a mandate for both students and staff.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to look at what they have done, how successful their efforts were, what did they do to communicate the expectation, and do we wait until this happens, by the legislature, or do we create a structure already with options like independent studies and the virtual for those, because we know there's some who will choose not to. And as Josh shared, it is a family's choice right now, and we have to respect that. So I think that we can learn from LA Unified, Culver City, and others across the nation, and I think we're going to be very well prepared when this comes down the pike.
But we can also learn from districts that are a lot closer than that. I mean, if Chaffey can, because they're not using general funds, there are government programs that will pay the college to give the incentive. So, hey, why can't we do that for K-12?
Well, what we're doing, we're going to be trying to entertain all options And so we will be taking a look at the college, what they're doing.
And you were on with AXA today, right? Yeah, okay.
And they're just as confused as we are.
Yeah, CSBA too, you know, everybody's, this was signed into law last, on
Y'all
Friday.
better start going to
No,
church.
it was just an announcement.
Last Friday.
It was an announcement.
Yeah.
The contingencies weren't discussed, it's an announcement.
All right.
All right.
Let's do this.
Anything else in legislation? Our 53 million. That's a joke, yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
right now it's scheduled to be delivered, so
we'll
it
see.
depends on,
Yeah.
there's so many nuances.
Yeah.
That depends on the federal government if
Yes,
they
it does.
move beyond their
Really.
December
And
deadline.
movement in the federal
No checks in the
government.
mail.
All right, and our student, how are you, Michael?
I'm doing great right now.
You're very good, and listening to all of us talk here.
No,
And what school are you at?
I go to Adelanto High School.
Atlanto? And what do you, what grade are you?
I'm a junior right now. 11th.
You're a junior,
Yeah.
so you got one more year after this. Oh, great. So what is your goal?
Like after high school?
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of mixed right now.
Mixed with what you want to do?
Yeah, because I either want to go to the Air Force.
Oh, Air Force.
Yeah.
That was what my dad was in, and my husband.
And or go to like a university, but I mean I have another.
Oh,
year
you want to
think
go
about
to
it.
Academy?
Yeah.
Air Force Academy?
That's another.
Wow, that would be
Colorado?
cool.
Good for you.
Cool, very good.
But yeah, I have another year to think about it. So.
Another year? You want to be a pilot?
Yeah, I actually want to be an astronaut.
An astronaut?
That's awesome.
Fantastic. That is fantastic. Wow, you're going to be on Mars.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's going to be on
Space
Mars,
Force.
not the moon. Wow, that is fantastic. I did go down there one time to, in Florida, you know, to the Cape down there, and spent the whole day down there with going around that whole entire thing at NASA. It was really cool.
Yeah,
Very
my
cool.
dad has actually taken me to some of the rocket launches
Uh-huh.
that SpaceX has done.
Oh,
So,
wow, cool.
It's really nice, yeah.
Oh, I love space things. They're really, really cool. That's really good. All right, so you're a junior, so you got one more year.
Yeah.
And then you're out of there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you and welcome
Thank
to
you.
our session here.
Yeah, it's an honor to be
And
here.
you will be here again?
Yeah, later in
Once
the month,
again? Yeah. We keep getting one from each school.
But Mike will be back on the 28th, so.
Oh, he'll be,
There you go.
oh,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
cool. We'll get you 2 times. That's
We
great.
dress up for Halloween then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't let her trick you.
Don't go as a board member.
So I didn't get that email.
All right, Mr. Barrios, you have anything?
Well, could I ask Michael a question before
Oh,
we
yes.
move on from?
Yeah, do you have anything you want to talk?
How's
I've noticed that you guys talk about how the 9th and 10th freshmen and sophomores, how they haven't been in school, right? So
I
they're acting
know.
new, right?
I know.
I just feel like they don't feel like a part of this a part of the school yet. They don't know how to actually act, and
Right.
it's the same thing with actually juniors and seniors. They haven't been back for a year
For
and
a
a
while,
half.
yeah.
They miss half their high school experience. Last time I was at school, I was a freshman, and we thought we were gonna go, on a 2-week break, 3-week break, and then
Then you have a whole year that
year
you've
and a half
gone
later,
by
you come
through
back.
this. Yeah.
So for a lot of us, it's hard to come back, readjust to being with people.
Readjust to school.
And it's easier for people to just shut out, not talk to people, talk to their parents, because you're just you have a mask. You don't have to talk to people. It's easier just to stay quiet, do your work, and go unnoticed. But I think it would just take time for people, the students, to just come back into the way of things and everything.
Come back to school and readjust.
Yeah.
To school itself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's got to be a little rough, yeah. And then there's kids that never even been to a school,
Yeah.
to a new school, in fact. Particularly ninth graders, I guess, and
Yeah.
never been back, you know. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, that would be hard. So you think the ninth and 10th graders are having a hard time adjusting?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I have some classes with them, and it's hard for them just to talk to other people. Just to the way they act is I don't know, like still like they're still like in elementary or middle, but
Yeah, like they're in elementary
yeah,
school.
But it's just it's kind of worse this year because last time they were in school they were either a 7th or a 6th grader. Or,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They were, especially 7th graders. I think Hook Junior High has totally new schools, kids, because they have the 6th graders that were, now they're 7th, and then 8th graders. And I remember talking to the principal at Hook, and he was saying, I have a whole new crowd, never been to school, really.
Yeah.
So it's really an adjustment.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for letting us know that, because a lot of us adults don't know we're out there.
Yeah.
We're trying to survive as well. But thank you for letting us know that. Appreciate it.
So I did have a question for you, and I'm going to try to ask this of all of the student board members, is because you have a lot of classmates at Adelanto, and if you could, you're sort of representing them here tonight, and if you could ask for one thing from the board, what would it be?
One thing, I think just to continue just keeping us safe. Well, especially with
Safe.
COVID, yeah.
Yeah,
But
safe.
like
That's
they've
a
also
biggie.
mentioned like security guards and all that, because I mean it's a little crazy sometimes, but yeah, with COVID, a lot of the students, with the mask especially, they don't. So some of them at least, they just don't take it that serious. They haven't seen what it can actually do to COVID, but I think just to keep us safe.
Just keeping you safe.
Yeah, keep doing the good work.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. And then next time you can ask the others questions, and then come back with whatever else that you feel kids need within the school system that we need to work on. Okay? All right. Thank you very much for being here. Welcome.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love this opportunity, to be honest.
Very good. Mr. Barrios.
Okay, well, first off, welcome, Michael, and from what you've seen, people are asking your opinion, so before the next time you come, kind of start taking some notes, asking your friends, what kind of stuff would be good, or, what could be changed. Like, I know Sim's got at least one thing changed because the student representative brought it up, because nobody knew about it except people that are physically at Sim. So start thinking about that, because some things are easy to fix and they don't cost a dime. It's just a matter of changing the bell or something like that, all right? And glad to have you here. And I was at Adelanto when it was brand new. I wasn't at Victor when it was brand new because I'm not that old, but anyway. But no, I've always got a soft heart. Unfortunately, after Victor and Silverado, Adelanto's the only new school I ever worked at. Let's put it that way, okay? All right. And the next thing, I hope our 2 bargaining units, we can get settled and move on. And so that way we can go on to the next contract that we're halfway through the school year, all right? Okay. Now, as far as masks and vaccinations, I won't even get into that. It just comes down to the powers that be in Sacramento tell us to do something. Oh, how should we do it? Figure it out. No, parents don't want to hear figure it out. They want to know what the process, what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, and that sort of thing. So direction would always help. All right, I hope everybody has a safe and relaxing fall break, because I know I haven't talked to any employee, classified, certificate, or anything that isn't frazzled right now, because it's just been tough coming back. It's been tough on the students, it's been tough on the staff, it's been tough on the parents. So hopefully everybody can kind of recuperate here in the next week. And the last thing, I'm really glad to hear that the decision's been made already about paying for the Good Teaching Conference. I mean, that's one of the best investments the district could spend because, you know, I've been to a whole bunch of trainings over the years, and the Good Teaching Conference, well, like all the CTA conferences, those are the best trainings there are. And for bang for your buck, I mean, it is the best deal going. All right, people, they would pay twice that much or 3 times that much to go to some place where nothing personal, guys, some PhDs telling them, well, this is how you do this, do this, do this, and this, and they haven't been in a high school classroom in 10 years. All right, these are teacher people teaching other teachers. So I'm glad to see that that's already done so they can get registered and move on. And that's it.
Okay, Mr. Castaneda?
Yeah, I'm only going to take a couple minutes too. First, I always like to welcome our student board member. It's always great to have the student board members here because I really think that having you here gives us a fresh perspective. You're actually in those schools every day. So welcome. I also want to thank Mr. Lloyd and Mr. Cerna and Ms. Conkle for their hard work putting together their plans. We really appreciate that and letting us know how your school year is going to look going up and how you're going to successfully plan for student achievement. So thank you all for that. Some of us here tonight have lost family members recently, and I don't want to let the cat out of the bag and say anything who, but my condolences are, if you've experienced a recent loss, I want to extend my condolences to you as well. And can we get a trash can at Hook?
So to answer your question, I did a site visit at some sites, and I had a robust conversation with the principal. We're going to be looking at installing some additional trash cans throughout the district. So her specific request was the ones that have the metal, they're contained in some of the metal.
Yeah.
So I'll get with Brett, we're gonna see how that's all gonna tie out. But we're on top of that one.
Cool.
Yeah, we have.
Thank you. And the staffing, and I know we've done, you know, those personnel reports were long. Take you an hour to read through them. But so that's good. I'm glad to see that. But you also, I mean, I could foresee this becoming easily sort of a constant problem, you know, because of the sort of hiring climate right now. So a few weeks ago, I asked for us to come up with sort of a long-term plan, assuming that maybe the competitive labor market is going to exist. Is that something that we're looking at doing?
Well, I know that we're working on it. You want to go ahead?
Sure. So we do have a recruitment and retention plan. Some of the strategies include working with universities. One of the things I think we're most proud of is creating a career ladder. We've actually have had from substitutes becoming teachers, instructional aides becoming teachers, teachers becoming administrators. We even have had some of our walk-on coaches become instructional aides in other positions. So the more we can build the capacity from within and hire from within, I think the more positive it is as far as, you know, people's aspirations and building up our own workforce. We've done everything from putting stuff even on social media. It was very interesting this year that Lindy sent out an email, my executive assistant, to the whole school community, and through that effort saying, hey, we have some vacancies here, we have some vacancies there. We actually hired some people through that email. Hey, you know what? My sister-in-law just got her teaching credential. We'll have her come on over. Interviewed for the position. You know, we hire people. So we're doing everything you can possibly think of. And I'm very proud to say we're down to just 4 teaching positions that are vacant. And 3 of them are brand new. 2 of them are brand new positions that we're adding. One of them, unfortunately, someone passed away from an unexpected automobile accident. And then the last one, a person resigned after they signed their contract. They accepted a position somewhere else. So in the grand scheme of things, we're actually doing very well. And we're going to aggressively try to fill those 4 vacancies and be fully staffed because that's what we deserve. And then I will be working with the classified side of the house a little bit more assertively and saying, hey, how can we work together to fill some of the vacancies, and what are some of the strategies that we can do to make sure that happens on both sides of the house?
Okay, so you are on top of it.
We are working on it, yes, we are.
All right, thank you. And I think that's all I have tonight, so.
Okay.
Ms.
I wanna
Edmondson?
thank Dr. Yee and your staff. Thank you so much for helping the teachers and subbing during this crisis and this shortage. We appreciate it very much. And thank you for working with VVTA about the Good Teaching Conference, because I've gone many times and it is so worthwhile. But I would hope also, if you could, continue to work with them for the new Educator Weekend. It's being held virtual, so there's no cost involved, and it's going on in December. And it's especially good for our probe teachers, our PIPs and STIPs, and any teacher as well, but it's just as worthwhile, and it's teachers teaching teachers. Michael, I want to challenge you, since you're coming back, and you do have classes with your 9th and 10th graders, to try to ask them, to ask them, please, what they would like to feel more comfortable, to listen to them really carefully, clubs, activities, anything that we're not thinking of because we haven't been in school in such a long time. So please open that conversation with them, and you're going to be back so you can report to us what we can do. And just to assure you that we're all here to keep you safe, every employee, no matter if they're classified and they're usually wearing blue, or the teachers who are wearing red, or the management, we're all here to keep all of our students safe.
Thank you.
That's it.
Okay. Mr. Garcia?
Yeah, so mine, but Jose already said it, is like, get these contracts baked so we can go to the reopeners. And let's do a 3-year deal, baby. That's the next one. If we can, that'd be great. I also had the trash cans. I heard the Astro Stadium was getting rid of all of theirs for the playoffs. So, just FYI, I might want to give them a call. They can donate free ones. I did travel Sims, and I took a look at some of the traffic issues that they are having there. And I know when I was there looking at it, and I think we had some conversation about, especially with the times that are going to be changing anyways next year, if we could possibly stagger Sims, I believe, in Silverado, so that way we can filter those cars all the way down, so it's a one process and it's in and out, instead of getting them backed up and having to spin around. But anyways, that was a conversation that we had at the site. But I think that would be a good implementation for them, and just something to look at, to stagger those times, so that way it would relieve some of those traffic issues. Because my God, if we have a kid that gets hit, that's just, or anybody for that matter, that would just be terrible for anybody that would be involved in that. The other thing I did see out there, and it was Brett and I've been meaning to ask you about it, is shade for Sims and the quad area there. And I did take a look at it, and I don't know how much it would be to, I know if we can't put anything permanent, but if we were to throw some poles in, and you know those, they're really nice, those vinyl triangles that you can usually put up, that a lot of the parks use nowadays, the public parks. It's that industrial, I don't know if it's vinyl or whatnot.
Like parachute.
Yes, like parachute or some, I don't know.
Similar to what we have at Hook.
Okay, yeah, and I haven't seen hooks yet, but yeah, if we maybe could look at doing something like that in the quad area for Sims, that'd be great. And I know it'd come up to for the winter, or excuse me, for the summer months, and I don't know if this is even possible, but something to look at is maybe just on the structures that are already there, maybe having misters when it's 100 degrees out. I don't know if that's a possibility, or even if we want to go down that road, but maybe we can open up that conversation of something along those lines. Because if they're sitting out and it's 100 degrees, that pavement, that concrete's going to be like, you could probably fry an egg on it. But, misters might help a little bit, and it might keep them under the shade and keep them, so we don't have to worry about too many students being inside of a building at one time, especially with the COVID standards we have nowadays that we all love. But anyhow, so maybe just some ideas I just want to throw out there as I was walking the site. I do want to get to more sites as the days roll on, and we will get there. But Hector, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And it's good to see you. All right. That's all I have.
Weren't we going to do something about the shade? And
We're-
it has the guidelines, right? Structure?
Yeah, shade
Any
structures.
structure, right?
Shade structures, when you're talking about putting up poles and so forth, that gets
Yeah.
into DSA. You just, because of.
We have to pass
Yeah,
laws.
because of,
You were saying that, but
yeah.
I'm saying.
I didn't want to
I
jump
was sitting
in.
there going,
That's
what
what
is he talking
DSA
about?
is trying to
But
avoid.
in response, Trustee Garcia, to your statement, what we're going to do actually is when we come back with the facilities master plan type thing,
Right.
we want to build
We're
into
gonna
that a
have all of that.
comprehensive, so we can have timelines in terms of a build out.
Perfect.
Unfortunately, you know, I would love to go to those temporary solutions, but because of earthquake requirements and just
Sure.
DSA,
Right.
they would jump on us for that, so.
So one of
just
the
have to
things that we're going to
scale
do
it up.
is have a facilities thing so
Yes.
that we all can sit down and talk about it.
One of the solutions. we
One of the
talked about-
things we did years ago was we set up a 10-year plan to
Master facilities
build, put all these things in we needed to do. And that's one of the things that we've already talked about.
And so what we'll do too.
Right,
Check
we
lines.
gotta go through.
What we'll add also to that is because, and I was trying to look at Brett back there, the misters would require plumbing.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
we'll just look at all that comprehensively. 'cause
Right, so
we wanna-
there's quite a few things that we need to repair and do
Hey, we're
and
throwing out
fix.
ideas, man. We're
That's
just
good,
getting
that's
sticks
good.
like
Yeah.
lost on the
And
wall,
Thank
you know what
you,
I mean?
thank you.
The Victor Valley Innovators.
I've already discussed it with
One of the
him.
solutions we previously talked about was opening up multi-purpose rooms,
Right,
gyms,
yeah,
large areas, because whether it's hot, they
Or
have air
cold.
conditioning,
Or cold.
or if
Or
it's
cold.
raining or windy, kids can find shelter in there. So
Right.
I think that's a very easy, quick solution.
yeah, and so that's one of the things we did, was make sure everything is open, so that kids
We
can
just
go
gotta-
in it.
And the other thing to add to that is if we do the facilities indoors or whatnot, we gotta have staff that's gonna be able to clean it up, because I know that's also that other piece of it, you know? So having enough staff, you know, as we've already talked about, so,
Right,
all right,
okay.
your turn,
My turn?
you're up.
I just want everybody to have a very relaxing holiday. Everybody, because we'll be off next week. Finally, there's a downtime for us. So, just have a very relaxing holiday and welcome, and I'll see you next time on the 28th. So, and Penny, my heart is with you, you know, whenever we lose anyone. So, try to take some time for yourself. Are you going home or going up there? You are. Very good. And basically, that's it for tonight. Mr. Dr. Williams.
Yes, I want to thank Michael as well. Welcome him, and since we'll be seeing him the next board meeting, I won't have to take out the time to swear him in, which is going to be great. You know, our student enrollment is now a little over 11,200 at our last numbers. We had, what is her name, that come in and talk to us today about the Golden Bell?
Karen Gray.
Karen, okay,
That was
Karen came in,
Gray.
Karen Gray.
She went to Sims.
Correct, and I think that, congratulations again, that I think we'll be getting another one.
Oh, wow.
So that's
Cool.
good.
That's Sims, isn't it?
And just those 4 items, that's all that I want, and I want my condolences goes to Penny as well.
Okay. All right, anything else for the good of the order? All right. We don't have any more closed sessions, do we? No.
Yep.
All right, can I get a motion to adjourn? Second?
Second.
All right, Barrios, Michael? Aye.
Aye.
Barrios?
There you go.
Castaneda?
Aye.
Edmondson? Yes. Garcia?
Aye.
And Duvos, yes.
You got lucky, this is a quick one, man.
I know. It was only